This segment is sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. Joining us now to tell us more about the event is Nick Pizarros, the event chair of the Community Engagement Committee. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Thanks for being here. Of course. This is quite a big event that's coming up here.
Huge.
Yeah. Why is it so important for the community?
Well, Elaine, as backdrop, there are more than 600 walks across the U.S. going on. And these walks give people the opportunity to come out, participate, and be with others that share support for the cause. And so if there's somebody out there that is maybe alone, afraid, they just got some news, they can come out and walk and be with others that will understand that journey, that challenge that they're dealing with. So that's why it's important.
Yeah, and they're not alone. Over 7 million Americans, right, are diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It's a lot of Americans, right? So great support. Now, what makes the event, and there's events all over the country, like you said, what makes them so special for participants?
Well, I'll answer that in two ways. So first and foremost, we love to thank our donors, our volunteers, and let them know that without them, we can't do this research. We can't provide free resources for communities across the country. And so we want to thank them, we want to encourage them, and we really want to celebrate them. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is we like to give them an experience on the walk day called the Promise Garden ceremony. And this ceremony gives each participant a flower that has 4 color choices that represents what their connection is to the cause. And so if you select a yellow flower, that means either you're caring for somebody or you're supporting somebody that has Alzheimer's or another dementia. If you select orange, you may not have a direct link to the disease, but you support the cause. And if you select blue, that means you're living with Alzheimer's. And if you select purple, that means you've lost somebody with Alzheimer's. So this ceremony is a touching experience. And there's one last color that I like to discuss, and it's the white flower. And there's only one white flower, and only one person will have that flower. And that represents the first survivor of Alzheimer's. We haven't had that yet, but that's the hope in the future. And that's what the white signifies.
Yeah, what a special way to let people connect with others if you're walking around with, for example, a yellow flower and you see others with that yellow flower.
That's right. I have mine from last year on my desk that just reminds me every day.
So all year round you can see that flower and remind you. That's wonderful. Now the funds that are raised for this event, how does it go to help caregivers and help people living with Alzheimer's? Yeah,
well, as a big picture, the Alzheimer's Association is the largest nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's research, right? There's over $430 million active on more than 1,000 projects in 50 countries worldwide. So that's kind of the backdrop. And that research, obviously that's happening now will help people in the future. The research that was done in the past is helping people now, but really, short-term and tactically, there's so many free resources. If you go to alz.org, there's a 24/7 helpline where there's confidential resources and support in over 200 languages. And if you have recently been given this news, there's information for you on what to expect and maybe what to do. And if you're a caregiver or you know somebody with Alzheimer's, there's so much information about caregiving, financial planning, legal, heart health, and just brain health. All those resources are free. If you go to alz.org, there's the 800 number. Please reference that.
Yeah, that is wonderful that it's free, because you're right. Someone listening right now, maybe their parent, maybe themselves have gotten that diagnosis, and it is scary. And you don't know exactly where to turn in that moment, but it sounds like you can go to the Alzheimer's Association and be welcomed with a lot of free resources.
That's right, and know that you're not alone. So join the walk, meet people, get connected with the association, and leverage those resources for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Of
I
course,
appreciate it.
of
And
course.
can I add one last
Yes.
thing? And if you can't make the walk, please go to alz.org and donate. All will be very much appreciated.
Excellent. That's wonderful. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's will be held on Saturday, September 27th at the National Mall. To register, visit alz.org/NCA walks.